2025 Cadillac Escalade. Likes. Stunning cabin. Looks better outside, too. Those V8s. Standard Super Cruise. Dislikes. Some SUV interior compromises. Ghastly fuel consumption. Will fill your garage. Still no hybrid. Buying tip. You'll probably want to add the air suspension if you want to take advantage of the Escalade's new 24-inch wheel option. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade is at its peak once again, with a spectacular lineup of ultra-luxurious, high-power models for those who probably don't need anywhere near its feature set. What kind of vehicle is the 2025 Cadillac Escalade? What does it compare to? The 2025 Cadillac Escalade is a full-size luxury SUV with thunderous power in a high-tech cabin. Shop it against the Range Rover, Mercedes GLS Class and, perhaps, the GMC Yukon Denali. Is the 2025 Cadillac Escalade a good car/SUV? It's a fantastic SUV that drips with high-tech features. The Escalade is an easy 6.8 out of 10 on the TCC scale, as long as you're willing to put up with its hefty fuel economy penalty unless you opt for the all-electric Escalade IQ. We cover that one separately as it has little in common with the standard Slade. What's new for the 2025 Cadillac Escalade? The Escalade has fresh exterior styling with a new, more balanced front end and an available illuminated crest and wreath because, of course. New high-tech features this year include a driver's door that can open when you approach the vehicle, a 55-inch set of displays wedded under a single pane of thin glass, and a front touchscreen for the passenger. Each Escalade trim now has its own distinct look, from the chrome-laden affair that will be lined up outside lax or escorting concierge types across the tarmac at DFW, to the blacked-out, sporty Escalade V. As before, there are two different Escalades, the standard model or the long wheelbase, Suburban, Escalade ESV. All have the same two-box shape, but the detailing now differs by trim. All have vertical headlights that balance well with the chunker tail lights. The Escalade sticks with a big 420 HP 6.2-liter V8 in most configurations, though a turbo diesel inline-6 offers far better fuel economy, but a hefty upcharge. The Escalade V tosses in a supercharged 6.2-liter V8 for an absolutely wild 682 HP, and a 4.4-second run to 60 miles per hour accompanied by a snarl so lovely it would sell out Carnegie Hall. By modern standards, the Escalade is downright lavish inside, but you'd better like screens. It has 55 inches of them stretching across its dash, plus a smaller touchscreen jutting out below like a cartoon chin. The Escalade is light on traditional luxury touches, so it dazzles rather than coddles. Then again, does it need to coddle? With all this interior space, true stretch-out room in rows 1 and 2, and adult tolerable room in row 3, the Escalade is all about big and bold. The new Escalade now includes Cadillac's Trick Super Cruise driver assistance tech as standard equipment, making it a road trip monster for those willing to make regular stops for fuel. It has yet to be fully crash tested, but the NHTSA doesn't rate it well. How much does the 2025 Cadillac Escalade cost? Escalades cost at least $85,000, though tossing in features like leather seats and a sunroof will boost that price tag to north of $10,000. A loaded-up Escalade V is a $150,000 affair, so long as you can find a dealer who will sell you one at that price. Where is the 2025 Cadillac Escalade made? In Arlington, Texas. Styling. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade is a statement piece. Is the Cadillac Escalade a good-looking SUV? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but there's no arguing about the fact that the 2025 Cadillac Escalade makes a strong statement about itself. It's full of presence, especially with this year's revamp that gives it a more harmonious look up front and retains its big, tail fin-like tail lights at the rear. It's an 8 here, with 2 points above average for the sheer wow factor of its cabin. This year's new front end has vertical headlights that echo what you'll find at the rear, situated just below ultra-thin turn signals. The huge billboard of a grille sticks around, with a lighted crest logo front and center. From the side, the Escalade neither hides nor flaunts the fact that its profile is shared with the Chevy Tahoe, or Suburban in longer Escalade ESV form. At the rear, chunky tail lights lack some of last year's elegance, but they work well with what's going on up front. Big wheels help, though you should seriously consider the practicality aspect of the optional 24-inchers. The Slade's interior is even wilder. This year's new curved 55-inch screen stretches most of the way across the dashboard, albeit with a trio of workspaces. A second screen sits below for climate controls. If digital overload is luxury, the Escalade is the new standard bearer. All that space for screens means there's less in the way of conventional soft touch trim, real wood, leather, and the like, though what bits you'll find do look and feel lovely. Performance. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade is no mere cowboy Cadillac. The Escalade can hustle. This big SUV has a supple ride, particularly when fitted with adaptive dampers and an air suspension, and its V8s deliver great thrust. It's a 7 here, accordingly. Is the Cadillac Escalade 4WD? Generally, yes. Most Escalades that leave the Arlington assembly plant in North Texas send power to all four wheels, though some versions come with rear-wheel drive. How fast is the Cadillac Escalade? You'll be just fine with the base 6.2-liter V8, which pushes 420 HP to the wheels through a quick-shifting 10-speed automatic transmission. It'll hit 60 miles per hour in around 6.0 seconds, which is really quick for something this big. If there's a downside to this setup, it's that the base engine can exacerbate the 10-speed automatic's occasionally confused low-speed shifts. The Escalade VS setup simply overcomes that issue with more power. Opt for the 3.0-liter turbo diesel and you'll find a mountain of torque, but a somewhat uncouth distant underhood rumble. It's not even as good at towing as the 6.2-liter V8, making it only appealing to shoppers who want to maximize fuel economy. Then there's the Escalade V with its supercharged 6.2-liter V8 putting out a hearty 682 HP and 653 lb-ft of torque. It slices about a second and a half off of the run to 60 miles per hour, but that's only a part of its story. The boosted V8 is ultra-rapid under any circumstances, and it makes a lovely muscle car noise. All models stop just fine, but the Brembo brakes on the V are far stronger as they should be given how much power is underhood. The Escalade maxes out at an 8,300-pound towing capacity, which is fine for most boats and typical car trailers. The ride is fine in standard form, but better with optional air and especially the adaptive dampers that help shrug off the pitter-patter inevitably with 22-inch wheels wrapped in low-profile tires. We've yet to test the available 24-inchers, but can only imagine that the ride does not improve. These are big, heavy SUVs that never feel remotely nimble. Making things worse is a seating position that's more on than in. V models are only marginally sportier when it comes to a winding road. If you're after a performance SUV that can do the deed on track, stick with an AMG tweaked GLS. Comfort and quality. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade rivals the Dreamliner for the title of America's flagship. The latest Escalade takes the mobile workstation concept to new extremes. You'll find a 55-inch screen that stretches most of the way across the dash, plus a smaller display that juts out like a hefty chin below to serve as the climate control input. The effect is dazzling, if not quite glamorous. But high-end materials, spectacular passenger space, and a big cargo area in every model easily score a 10 here. The Escalade is why we have a 10 on the TCC scale, after all. You'll need to step above the fleet-oriented base versions for the best experience, but any six-figure Escalade has soft leather, real wood, and spectacular attention to detail. The front seats are standard bearers, with terrific adjustment and heating, cooling, and massage as you work your way up the lineup. The rear seat has almost 42 inches of legroom. You probably don't need more unless you play for the Clippers. Most Slades will have captain's chairs, though a 3-seat bench is available. Short wheelbase versions have a reasonable 35 inches of legroom, and around 37 inches in ESV form. Adults won't be thrilled to be back there, but they do technically have enough space. To be fair, the Chrysler Pacifica is a far better people hauler. The Escalade ESV has up to 143 cubic feet of space with rows 2 and 3 down. Even the shortest versions still have nearly 26 cubic feet with the third row upright. Other versions up the ante with the fold of each seat back, but suffice to say that no Escalade is cramped inside. Safety. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade now comes standard with top driver assistance tech. How safe is the Cadillac Escalade? We need to wait for the IIHS and the NHTSA to test the updated Escalade. Last year's model had some blemishes on its record. The NHTSA gave it 4 stars overall, but the revamp is substantial enough that it's likely the big caddy will be tested again. All Escalades now come with Super Cruise, a system that allows for extended of hands-off driving at highway speeds. The system includes a driver attention monitor, so it's not an eyes-off setup, but it's still as advanced as anything in a new car. Outward vision suffers from the tall dashboard and chunky roof pillars all around, but Cadillac includes parking sensors and a surround view camera system to help reduce the risk of curbing those 24-inch wheels. Features. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade is a tech masterpiece, with a price to match. The latest version of the Escalade brims with high-tech features, including a 55-inch screen that spans most of the way across its huge dashboard. It's an 8 here thanks to its overwhelming screens, its safety and driver assistance tech, and its special touches. We don't know just what the 2025 Escalade will cost, but it's safe to assume a base price of no less than $85,000, plus another couple grand or so for all-wheel drive and roughly the same sum for the long-wheelbase Escalade ESV. The Escalade lineup is covered by a good 4-year/50,000 warranty. The AUTO maker picks up the tab for the first service visit. All gas or diesel Escalades have standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Check back soon as we'll update this space with more details when Cadillac releases individual trim level features and pricing. Options will range from a 30-speaker AKG audio system to power open and power close doors. Which Cadillac Escalade should I buy? The Escalade Premium Luxury trim has traditionally been our go-to. In the past, it's been the gateway for leather seats that better suit its mission, plus Cadillac has offered such niceties as soft closed doors, Bose audio, and an adaptive air suspension to tame its big wheels. How much is a fully loaded Cadillac Escalade? Figure at least $150,000 for an Escalade V, and that's if you can find a dealer willing to sell you one at MSRP.